Hey everyone, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to another video. I am just loving all the comments from you guys. I'm just loving all the interactions and I love how you guys are helping each other out. And that is what the whole point of this thing that I'm doing right now is. I want to build a community because I felt so alone when I was a child and I want to make sure that, younger INFJs or newer INFJs or INFJs right now in this world of interconnectedness do not feel alone. So they can message someone on there and say, I feel like this is not working out for me. And an older, wiser INFJ, one of you guys who's been here, who know all of this stuff, can reply back to this person and say, don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be fine. This is how life is. I've been through it and you're gonna get through it too, and it's all gonna be amazing. I hope this makes sense, guys. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about the best jobs for INFJs. I see a lot of videos out there about the best jobs for INFJs, and a bunch of you have asked me about this as well. And it's so funny to me because I used to wonder about that question. I wondered about that question ever since I was 11 or 12 years old. I was like, what should I be doing with my life? I assumed because I'm a giver and I'm a counselor and I want to help people and people want to be helped by me, I assumed that it would be one of those jobs, right? Where I'd be like a counselor or like a real life counselor or a psychotherapist or a doctor or something in the healthcare field, something where I could be with people and help them and make them feel better and make them feel like their life isn't a complete shambles, and make them feel like they have hope, which is, I guess, what all of us want to feel, right? Slowly but surely, as I've gotten older, I've realized that those kind of jobs are actually not the way for us to go because as most people know, as most of you guys know, we have a tendency to give too much. We're always giving, 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 and we have a tendency to overdo it. And so I know if I ever became a doctor, if I ever became a counselor or a psychotherapist or whatever it might be, I know I'd burn out a long, long, long time before I could ever help anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd do my work and I'd overdo it, and I'd go to their house and I'd try to fix their lives, and I would try to do all of these things to make sure that they have a great life. And in the process, I would die myself. Unfortunately, that's the case. We have no boundaries. We have no, unless you have really great boundaries. I mean, I've learned over time to build my boundaries, but unless you have the capability to have these boundaries or the capability to realize you can only do this much and that is it, and then you have to walk away. You have to walk away every single time. Unless you have the capacity to do that, you're going to burn yourself out, and that is useless to the entire universe. If you are burnt out, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not at the peak of your ability, then basically you are useless. You're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to help anyone. And then what's the point, right? So as I've realized over time, a lot of online forums and all that stuff recommend counseling or psychotherapy or a doctor or those kind of caring fields as the ideal for an INFJ. I absolutely freaking disagree. I think that I'm so grateful that when I applied to medical school and I did not get in 3 times, it was like a sign from the universe saying, no, don't do it, otherwise you're going to kill yourself. I, over time, have learned that one of the main things that we require from our job is not the fact that we can care about other people or can take care of other people, because we will do that nevertheless. No matter what happens in our job, we're doing that in our daily life. We're always doing it. All the people around us are being taken care of us. So we don't actually have to have a job to do that. A job, in my opinion, is something that fulfills us. It's like a passion for us. So that's the reason I love to write, because that's like my job. That's my passion job. That's the thing I do because I love doing it, because it fulfills me and it fills my cup up. It's not about filling other people's cup up. It's about myself. Completely selfish, completely for myself, right? That's the reason I do it. Other things that I do, creating this channel, it's all for myself. I know you guys get a lot out of it, and I'm so grateful for that. But I get like 1,000,000,000 times more out of it. I get so much out of it. I'm so grateful that I can do this. So it's about me. It's all about me. And so my jobs, all my jobs that I do, all the things that I do are for myself. It's not to take care of someone else. The taking care of someone else is like a byproduct. When I do create video courses, I create a video course that helps people. But I did it for myself. And the byproduct or side effect was I helped some people along the way. And that's awesome. I love that. One of the main things I do say to a lot of people that I meet that are looking for their ideal job is one of the things that INFJs need is a non-open office concept or a very quiet office environment, because we cannot be surrounded by extroverts all around us speaking loudly into their phones hanging out and partying, doing all that stuff during the day. It's just way too much. I know I've been there. I've been surrounded by extroverts all my life because they love us, and all my jobs were filled with extrovertedness, and I just disliked it because I would get back home, and I was exhausted, and I could not do anything else. I literally had no energy to do anything else. I could not, do my own work. I couldn't work on my passions. I couldn't even spend time with my family. I would just lock myself in the room, and I would just sit there staring at the walls because I was too exhausted to do anything. So one of the main things I do recommend as one of the pieces of your jobs, your ideal job, whatever it might be, is to have a job where it's extremely quiet, where you can be on your own, where you can lock the door and be by yourself. It's extremely important. I don't like the open office concept at all. I know it's really supposed to be better for productivity and all that stuff, and a lot of companies are doing that now, but I dislike it. I despise it. I can't do it. I need my own space. I need my own time. I need to be in my bubble. I know I've said this before. I use headphones for that, so when I did work in a very extroverted office, I just put on my headphones, I listened to my music, I pretended I was on my own on a deserted island somewhere, and I did my work. That was the only way I could get through it. Otherwise, I felt overwhelmed, and I'd have to go to the washroom 4 or 5 times a day, hide myself in a stall, and then recuperate, which is not the way I want to live my life, right? So one of those things is really, really crucial. So if you guys are looking for a job, go walk around your office, see how it is. How loud is it? How many people are talking on the phone, loudly talking about their lives and their miserableness and all that stuff. Go look at it. Figure out what your boss is like. That's going to be crucial. Is she or he an extrovert? Are they the kind of people who are going to be all over the place? We need a J, and we need an introverted boss. Introverted J boss. So basically INTJ, INFJ, IN something. ISFJ, ISTJ, something like that. So someone who's an introvert and who's also a J, who has a little bit of routine in their lives, because if our boss is a P, then it literally drives us insane because they're all over the place, all over the freaking place. They're always telling us to do something last minute, and for us, that kind of stuff is just too much, right? Can't do it. And so that's something that, again, I do recommend for you guys. Bosses that make lists. I love that. I love bosses that have lists of their own. I have a boss right now who does that, and I'm so grateful because I know that he's not going to dump things on me last minute, and I can have my own routine, I can have my own schedule, and I don't have to feel overwhelmed. Not all the time. I mean, sometimes there are things that come up, and that's totally fine, but most of the time has to be a little bit more organized, right? So these are a couple of things that I do want to say that are absolutely crucial. Our bosses make or break our jobs. If you have a horrible boss, not even in terms of the fact that they're nice, but they don't have any schedule, that in itself is going to kill us. Also, having a job where it's not really open concept. There's not a lot of people around you all the time. Extroverted people yelling, talking on the phone, talking about their night last night. Oh, I got drunk and I did this. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to stay away from it. Please talk about your stuff away from me. I don't want to be involved in it. I don't want to counsel you for it. I don't want to do all that, right? One of the last things I would say about, your ideal job is that I found for myself, entrepreneurship or building my own business, being my own boss has been life-changing. I always assumed that I had to have a job in order to be fulfilled, but as soon as I started my own business, online business, so I could work from home, I was on my own hours, I could create my own schedule, I worked on the stuff that I liked to do and outsourced everything that I didn't like to do to a virtual assistant. I created this job for myself, this entrepreneurship thing, where I am extremely happy with it, with the situation and how it's set up. And I know entrepreneurship is not for everyone, obviously, but if it is for you, I do recommend it as one of those things where it will really fulfill an INFJ. Because as an INFJ, we want to work on the things that we really care about. I mean, most people do, but for us, it's specifically really important. When we are working in a job, a lot of times you're working on things that you don't care about. Actually, 90% of the time, I've found in a job you're working on things that you hate. So really kind of formulating a strategy where you can work on things that you really, really, really like working on, right? Right now, I'm working at a job that my boss and I have created, in which all of the things that I'm working on, almost all the things, I love doing, right? The same thing with my online business that I'm still running on the side. I'm working on things that I love to do. They fulfill me. They're my passions. They make me so happy. So I've formulated this life. I've engineered this life where I am an entrepreneur and I work on the things that I love to do. And then I work at a job, part-time-ish, where I'm doing the things that I really, really like to do as well. And I create my own schedule. I work with my own routines. and I work on my own mostly, which I love. I love working on my own. I don't like being surrounded by people. Occasional interactions with people is fine, but working with people all the time really irks me. I don't like it. I don't want to be around people all the time. I want to spend, as I said, 75% of my time alone or more sometimes. If I have a lot of extroverted people around me, I want to spend more time alone, right? So those are the few factors that I would recommend that you kind of try to bring into your life. Like work from home if possible, work on your own hours if possible, kind of create your own schedule and work with that. Have a boss that is an introvert and is a J, so has a little bit of a routine, isn't a P, so just kind of spontaneously, randomly throws things at you. Try to work on things that you really, really care about and try to outsource the things that you don't really care about to other people in the Philippines or in India where, they're happy to do these things for you for a cost. Things like that. They're very little things, tiny things, baby things that are completely going to change your outlook on your job, on your life, and your entire perspective on being alive. In my opinion, in my life at least, just changing all these little things, tweaking them, has completely changed my perspective on work. I love getting up every morning now and doing my stuff because I'm doing things that I really care about, because I'm working on my own schedule, because I'm working on things that I want to work on, because I feel fulfilled. I feel like I have a purpose on this planet. I don't feel like I'm just biding my time until I die, things like that. So these little tweaks really helped me, and that's the reason I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope it does help you guys, and if you guys have any questions at all, again, as I've said before, my office is open to you guys. You can message me anytime, ask me any questions, and if it's a private question that you don't want to post on, the channel, then you can message me or email me directly at boomshikha@themillionairehippie.com. The link is, or the email is in the description below, so you can message me there and you can ask me whatever you guys want. If I can't answer it, at least you can vent it to me, right? Okay, I hope this makes sense. If you guys have any video suggestions for future, please let me know. My list is really long right now, about 300 items on it, so I will get to your item as soon as possible. Thank you again for watching, for commenting, for subscribing. I'm so grateful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.